Welcome to Cord Cutting today, where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting and give you my opinion on them. Stories like Plex is cracking down on Piracy. They're going to make it a little harder to use their service for piracy. Bally Sports is needing to pay hundreds of millions of dollars to 14 NBA teams, or they're going to lose TV rights. The deadline's coming up quick. We'll break that all down. And Warner Brothers Discovery is shutting down ATT Sportsnet. We have a full list of what's happening to each channel, where the teams are going, what's happening there, and more. Before we get into all that, hey, show notes down in the first pinned comment and the show notes are links to each story I talk about, so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support our families, and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of cable TV. All right, let's dive into it, starting off with Plex cracking down on piracy. Plex has notified users who host a large amount of pirated content on exterior servers that they're cracking down on this. This seems to be an effort to kind of keep Plex out of it. They've, over the years, kind of tried to make it more and more difficult to use Plex for piracy, and they're targeting people who share their servers with a lot of people by publicly hosting them and offering a lot of movies there, it seems like. It's not unusual for companies like this. They want to get advertising deals for their free legal live TV streaming service and on-demand streaming service. To do that, they're cracking down on piracy to be like, hey, we're making an effort to make sure our service is clean and good and a safe place for you to advertise on. We'll see how that plays out. But if you are a customer, the company sends a statement that says if you are impacted by this, they are giving you plenty of notice to move your server off of the hosting companies that they're banning. So you get that as an option. Leave me a comment. Let me know, were you affected by this? You feel improperly. Bally Sports must pay, in our next story up, $560 million to keep 14 NBA teams' TV rights. Now, Bally Sports is in bankruptcy, and now they're coming up with NBA, much like they had to do with the MLB. Earlier this year, they dropped 2 MLB teams because they decided they weren't worth it and didn't pay them. Now, Bally Sports must make payments to NBA teams to keep their TV deals or lose them. They've already paid one team, the Pelicans. There's 14 other out there still to go. Some of them coming up October 1st, some November 1st for payment here with this. Very likely they could pay all 14 teams. It's possible they could pay like they did in MLB, pay most of them and decide that there's a couple teams that they don't think are profitable enough to justify a payment. It's rumored, according to Sports Business Journal, who first reported this, that each team is owed about $40 million. It adds up to about $560 million here that's owed to these NBA teams. Now, the NBA and NHL have both said that have backup plans if Bally Sports fails to make a payment. They got a plan in place to save that and move it on. But for now, their goal is to try to stay with Bally Sports. One of the owners, I think it was the Magic owner in the Sports Business Journal, or somebody representing the Magic team, basically said, hey, it would take us many years of building our own network to get to the profitability of what we have with Bally Sports. Basically, the contract they have with Bally Sports is very favorable to the NBA. It would take them a while to do it on their end. Bally Sports is saying, hey, this contract isn't favorable to us. We're in bankruptcy because of it, through their parent group, Diamond Sports Group. And we'll see how this plays out, but there are a ton of NHL teams also that will need payments and contracts made before the start of the NHL season. Right now, we just know about the NBA. We'll keep a close eye on this, but how you watch NBA teams may change very soon. All right, Warner Brothers Discovery will shut down or sell ATT Sportsnets. Here's what's going to happen to them as best of our knowledge. Start off with ATT Sportsnet Southwest. As reported earlier this week, that will reportedly be sold to the Astros and Rockets and be renamed to Space City headquarters. Next up is the Rocky Mountain. This one was shut down on October 6th. The teams there are moving to other locations. Utah Jazz will be aired over the air for free in those markets with an antenna if you can pick up that channel. AT&T Sportsnet Pittsburgh will be sold and renamed there. It's being sold to the Fenway Group. So that will continue to air there, but under a different name, much like you saw with that. And Root Sports Northwest, unlike the others, is the only Warner Brothers Discovery is a minority shareholder here, so there's no change there. Since Discovery is not the majority owner. Root Sports will continue to operate as is. If you want more details about which network and what teams are doing, check out our story in the show notes down below. All right, yesterday, or 2 days ago now for you when you're watching this, Disney Plus removed their Group Watch feature. Back in 2020, Disney Plus created a way at the height of 2020 craziness to share a link with somebody else who has a Disney Plus subscription and be able to sync your streams where you both will watch the same thing. Now Disney Plus has removed any mention of this feature from their website and just shut it down. No official statement from Disney publicly, but they privately confirmed to what's on Disney Plus that yes, they have discontinued offering this service. I suspect that very few people were using this. It only worked on certain devices, and this allows their team to focus on other areas than trying to work with that. But if you want to now sync your videos across different devices and both of you watch the same thing at the same time, you're going to have to call them and be like, 1, 2, 3, hit play, and do it the old-fashioned way. Anybody here ever do that? But Group Watch from Disney Plus is now gone. All right, deal of the day, Paramount Plus is half off, but it ends today. This special code for Paramount Plus ends today to get half off a year subscription, which brings it down to just $2.50, or as little as $2.50 per month with this deal. Link in the show notes if you want to find the promo code you need to get that deal. It's a really good one. Lower Decks just started back up. If you are somebody who's been thinking about getting Paramount Plus and you haven't recently, you may want to take advantage of this deal to get 50% off a year subscription of Paramount Plus. All right, good news for Vizio TV owners. Our next story up. The Disney Plus bundle, the Disney app, and the ESPN app is now available on Vizio Smart TVs. This means you can now stream ESPN Plus. And if you have a credential to log in from like YouTube TV or somewhere else, ESPN Live through there, the Disney apps, and more are now all available on Vizio Smart TVs. Kind of shocked they weren't there before. When I got the press release, I was kind of like, wait, they're not already on there? But they weren't. So Vizio Smart TVs now have it. It's kind of one of the reasons why I recommend a streaming player like a Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and more. They just have everything with them. And next up, LG is launching a newly improved free live TV streaming service called LG Channels 3.0. Now, they've had LG Channels for a while. This is a free ad-supported streaming service like Tubi, Crackle, Pluto TV, etc. Now they're rolling out a new user interface with new features and making it easier for you to find content, stream live channels. They have over 300 live channels there and more. Now, Vizio or LG's Channels 3.0 is available through their website, Android and iOS, and through LG Smart TVs built in 2016 or newer. Really great way to have a ton of content there. It's rolling out today in South Korea, and in October will come to the United States as they roll it out to the 27 different markets across the country or the world with it. Now, 300 channels. Now, the question is, are all those offered in the United States? It's 300 channels worldwide. Keep that in mind. All right, last story up of the day. Nielsen reported their gauge numbers, and what I thought was interesting here, of the top 11 streaming services, if you combine Tubi, Pluto TV, and the Roku channel, they are the 4th largest streaming service out there right now by viewership, which is pretty cool. I've said this for a while, that increasingly cord cutters are switching from paid services to free ad-supported services to help address the ever-growing cost of everything in life right now. So because of that, they are increasingly cutting back and switching to free ad-supported services. And we're seeing ad services like Pluto, Tubi, Crackle, Roku channel, Redbox, Freevee, and more really growing, really developing. So I want to know from you, have you been using free streaming services more often like Pluto TV? Leave me a comment, let me know. How often do you use them? Have you found it yourself cutting back? I want to hear from you. Well, that's it for today. That's our story. We'll have full coverage of everything announced today over at CoreCarsNews.com. We are coming up on an Amazon press event very soon. So make sure you check out CoreCarsNews.com for any new cord cutting devices that are announced by Amazon. Well, until then, take care, be safe. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it.